slope. Slope from points. So in order to solve for the slope given 2 points, we're going to have a slope equation. Really what this is see, we have an m value, which stands for our slope, which is our rise over run. Well, what does the rise mean? Well, that just means we have a change in our y values, and then our run is our change in x values. So let's kind of graph a line here. So say we have a graph like this. It's kind of messy, but the point is our rise is going to be, so if we went from here to here, this is our change in y. So this is considered our rise, or our change in y. Now, if we have a change in x, which is our run, this would be right here. This is our run. So our change in y equation would be y2 minus y1, and then change in x would be x2 minus x1, and this is our slope equation, which is m. So this is actually what we're going to be using in order to solve for what the slope is, meaning what is from this point to this point, what's the slope here, which is our rise over run. So let's look at some examples to solve for this. Example 1. In 1995, a house is bought at a price of $145,000. The house was then put on the market and sold in 2006 for $228,500. Find the average annual rate of change in dollars per year in the value of the house. So what does this really mean? Well, if we think about find the average annual rate of change in dollars per year. So that means dollars per year is our slope. So our m value. So our rise is in dollars and the year is our run. So let's think about this, and also we're going to graph this. So this would be right in our x-axis. This is our years, and then if we were to label our y, this is going to be in dollars. This is the money of the house, right? Like the value of the house. So this is how we kind of get our rise over run, which is dollars per year. So that's what we're finding is our slope is the average annual rate of change in dollars per year. So now we need to solve first for our points. So we have 2 points. So we are told in 1995 a house is bought at $145,000. So that means this year is going to be for the x, and then our y, because we want to make sure we keep dollars, which is our, right, this is our rise over run, which is why we did it like this, with money here, and this is our years. Well, instead of doing 1995, let's just say 1990 is when it equals 0. Therefore, 1995 then is 5. So we're just going to change the number line. We can do that because it doesn't matter, because we're going to get the same. These are just easier numbers to work with. So let's go ahead and say our first point is 5, and then our y value is 145,000. So x1, y1. Then we have to have another point. So we have 2006. So 2006 minus 1990 is then 16. So our x2 value is going to be 16. Our y2 value is 228,500. So now we have got both our different points. So now we're going to have to find our rate of change, or our slope. So let's go ahead and remember our equation. So let's go ahead and now plug in our numbers. So now we plugged in our numbers, we can go ahead and start solving. Well, 16 minus 5, we can do that in our heads. That's just 11. But now we need to look at the top. So let's probably just get our calculators out for this. And we get 83,500. So let's see if this is a factor of 11. Like, can 83,500 be divided by 11? Because 11 is a prime number, so can we reduce this any? So let's just go ahead and just straight up divide it by 11 to see what that is. Well, that's not an even number, so we can just leave this as our slope. But if you wanted to write this out, right, if you wanted to round and put into either decimal form or just round to the nearest dollar, it'd be $7,591. So what that means is that for each year since 1995, it has increased in value at about $7,591. Example 2. Find the slope between -2 and -5 and -17 and 4. So this is our x1, this is our y1, this is x2, y2. And remember, slope is going to go y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. So all we can do is then plug in our values. Y2 is 4 minus y1, which is -5. So let's put that in parentheses. Then on the bottom we have -17 minus -2. So what does that really mean? We have a minus -5. So that's really going to be changed into 4 plus 5 because two negative signs make a positive. Then on the bottom we have -17 minus -2, so that's just plus 2. So if we go ahead and now solve for this, m is equal to 4 plus 5, which is 9. -17 plus 2 is then -15. Then we want to reduce. So this is going to be, let's say 3 over 5, because we just divided the top and bottom by 3, or divided it all by a whole factor of 3. And now we have -3 over 5, and that would be our slope.